Have you been wondering whether you can make acrylic skin jewelry that glows in the dark? Well, yes, you can. There are a few tips and tricks that will ensure that your acrylic skin jewelry does indeed glow. Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about how to make glow-in-the-dark acrylic skins specifically for jewelry making. Now you may think that it would be easy to make glow-in-the-dark acrylic skins using the traditional glow-in-the-dark paints. You may have seen these are by Folk Art and other brands make them. Here's one by Deco Art. And you may have seen me use these in pour painting. Glow-in-the-dark paints like this work okay, but a lot of the colors are hit and miss. For example, this glow-in-the-dark yellow from Folk Art Glow works pretty good. But unless you want to have jewelry that looks like this sample skin, which is very neon and very 80s, even though I absolutely love the 80s. And if you want to make skins that maybe look something like this, it'd be great for a child's glow-in-the-dark bracelet, even though the glow is not that great for these. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to make a little bit more of a sophisticated skin that doesn't have kind of that neon quality, that's what this video is about. The one thing that you're going to need for this is, well, like I said, you can use these traditionals. The best thing to use for this is the glow-in-the-dark powders. These are glow-in-the-dark powders. This one is from Dual from Amazon. You can pick these up. And they really do glow well. You add these to a medium. For me, it is Liquitex pouring medium. It works really well with these skins, and you get a very consistent glow. Now, the one thing that you have to know about glow-in-the-dark paints, you can't really mix regular pour paint with the glow-in-the-dark paints without having a problem. If you mix glow-in-the-dark paint with regular paint, you're going to have the light or the shine or the glow blocked out. And I can show you with this black light what I mean. Instead of having a pure glow, you are going to get just bits and pieces of glow. If you want to get your jewelry pieces to glow completely in their entirety, then you need to be careful and stick with more simplistic glow-in-the-dark paint. Now, to make a glow-in-the-dark skin is pretty easy actually. To make it for jewelry, I'm just going to use my Liquitex pour medium. Put some down. Depending on how many pieces of jewelry you are making. In this case, I can make just a couple of pieces from this for demonstration purposes. And I'm going to use my glow-in-the-dark light blue in this case. Just going to pour some on. And what I'm also going to add to this is the Dragonfly Glaze. You may have seen me use this before. It is by Folk Art. It comes in different colors, but it is a clear glaze that you can put on top of or in acrylic skins. So I'm just going to put some in there, and what this is going to do is it has teeny tiny sparkles, and those teeny tiny sparkles are going to come through in my paint. Now, if you use a glitter paint, this could be a little bit of a problem because the bigger the glitter, the more it's going to block out your glow-in-the-dark properties. So this is a very teeny tiny glitter, and it makes no difference that it's in there at all. I absolutely love the Dragonfly Glaze. So I'm just going to mix this up. And it's just that simple. This is just going to be one simple color. If you wanted to add more color, you could. But you'd want to keep them all in the powder format. The powder format does the best to get a glow-in-the-dark quality. Now this is just the glaze and the glow-in-the-dark powder with the flow medium. And it's just that simple. You can do these in any color that you want. And we're done. This will dry fairly quickly. The Liquitex acrylic medium dries very, very quickly, and you're going to have a skin that looks like this with a lot of glitter. You can make these mottled, you can make them straight, kind of like this one, and it's just that simple. What I'm actually going to be working for, I'm just going to put that down, is another skin that I had. Both of these are very glow in the dark, and I can show you what that looks like with my black light. These have a lot of glow-in-the-dark properties, and this is what it looks like in the dark as well, and we'll show you at the end of the video what that looks like. we're just going to take our skin and we're going to figure out where we want to put it. And this is pretty simple because in this case, there's not a lot of places that we can put this, and it all looks about the same. I like this skin, so I'm going to actually use this one, and I'm going to pull out my Diamond Glaze water-based dimensional adhesive. This dries completely clear, and it's one of the best things that you can use when you're attaching your skins to your cabochons. Now, some people trace and cut out theirs. I don't do that. I just take my Diamond Glaze, I put some on the back, just a little bit, and you can actually take a popsicle stick if you want to and smooth it out like this. You don't need a lot, you really don't. And then I'm just going to put it onto my skin. Press it down, make sure to get out all the air bubbles. And that's all there is to it. I have attached my cabochon to my skin. We're going to let that dry for a little while, and then I will show you what to do next. Okay, we're back. Now, after you've let your cabochon dry with your Diamond Glaze, you're just going to need a few things. You are going to need a pair of scissors. I use a pair of surgical scissors. Now, like I said before, you can pre-cut this, or you can cut this with a form. It's up to you. I like to do it this way. Everybody has a different way they like to do it. You also need some sort of glue. One person said they'd had problems with Gorilla Glue becoming sort of brittle. So if you're using something like a super glue or a Gorilla Glue, you may find in the future you have problems with it. We're going to use E6000 today. You're also going to need some sort of form. This is a bracelet form, so I'm going to be making a bracelet today. Now I'm going to take my cabochon and my skin. I'm just going to very carefully go around my cabochon. This was a skin I had used before. And there you have it. There's your cabochon. Get a lot of sparkle and shine on that. Now we can take our form with my tray and add a little bit of E6000. You don't need a huge amount. And I'm going to use a popsicle stick. If you're working with super glue, please be careful, because that can obviously be a problem. That's where I'm wearing gloves to protect my hands. Also think about ventilation. Actually, E6000 does not smell that pleasant either, but if you're using super glue or something that has fumes to it, you may want to stay in a well-ventilated area for this, just in case, for precaution. And we're going to take our cabochon and we're going to place it inside of our bezel. And just press it down. And once you've done that, then you have your bracelet and you're ready to go. You should let this dry from 24 to 48 hours just to make sure that everything is dried and ready to go. If you get something on top of the cabochon, you take a little bit of nail polish remover and take that off. Sometimes isopropyl rubbing alcohol will also work for that. And it's just that simple. Let me show you what it looks like when it's done.